Hi guys, Bacchus Bruce got the 2012 Domaine de Sabine. This is coming out of Lalande-de-Pomerol from the legendary Jean-Luc really great winemaker, a true maverick. Take a look at the backstory video I did. There's a lot of good information there. Let's go ahead and jump right into the wine. 2012, we'd mentioned, was a tough vintage, tough to get ripeness. So let's see how this all worked out with this 90% Merlot, 10% Cabernet Franc, right bank Bordeaux blend. Now on the color here, you can kind of see it that it's fairly cloudy. Now, Jean-Luc is a believer in minimalist wine making, natural wine making kind of protocol, and it looks like he did maybe a cursory filter on this, but it's definitely kind of dark and brooding, which is to be expected from somebody like Mr. Thunevant. So let's see what we have on the nose. So it's really kind of opening up nicely as I go through a second taste here, getting some dark berry fruit, some blackberry, some black currant, but also getting a lot of herbaceousness, a little bit of sweet tobacco, a little bit of menthol, a touch of forest floor. It's definitely got some of those green edge pyrazines from the probably a touch of underripeness, which is actually, in my opinion, something kind of good. I think good Merlot should have a good bit of herbaceousness and not be so gushy California style, in my humble opinion. Let's see what we have on the palate. Now again, with a tough vintage that doesn't give you much heft in your profile of your fruit, it's really easy to kind of take the cheat way and add sugar or beef up your wine. This wine doesn't have that. It's a light to medium body, one of the lighter Merlots I've actually ever tried, but that doesn't mean it doesn't have a nice depth of flavor. It does have a lot of elegance, a lot of poise. The tannins are fairly soft. I don't know if they were ever big. This is a 2012, but the whole approach is that it's not overdone. It's got a nice kind of sense of restraint. It's kind of working with what you're given, and it is lovely in that sense. Kind of almost Burgundian in the way it just shows what it is, and it's just kind of a softer style of wine from a tough vintage. Again, some pretty fruit with that, definitely a black cherry. Now also getting a little bit of black tea as well, getting some herbaceous bay leaf with that, a little of everything kind of on the green edge with the underripeness of the vintage in general. But the wine is showing really well. It's kind of fun. I think it might be good for those people who kind of like an earthy, kind of more green style to the wine, because it certainly suits the bill on that. See you in the tasting room.